Customer is looking to get an estimate to have his front walkway and front stoop. I use the word fixed for lack of a better word, but it's almost going to be like a rebuild. So most of the risers are just going to stay where they are, so we're not going to put the risers off, but most of these treads are broken or falling off. So as you can see, we've got a 4-foot wide walkway going up here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 risers with various degrees of landings behind them. 18-ish inches as, 12-ish inches as average. Some of them are a little bit more, some of them are a little bit less. Minus the top one, I'll get to that in a second. But we will have to take off the treads, which are already basically off. These are, yep, it's definitely loose. We'll have to clear off the mortar, and then we're going to put bluestone back in place, and we're going to need to replace most of these. There's a few that may be able to stay, but this is not in our database. It's something that we did. However, it does look similar to our style. There's 3/4 inch limestone underneath it, Brine red underneath it, which makes you think that it's someone from our vein, but yeah, it's obviously it's not something that I remember doing. Anyway, so 4 feet wide, and the treads are each 18 by 2s. So I should say the first 3 treads are 18 by 2s, and we've got some 2 by 2s, and then 18 by 18s, 1 by 18s, and I'm just kind of showing you what we've got going on here, so we can bring the right stones. So this top landing here, the stones don't need to be replaced. Ooh, hang on a second here. Never mind. At least this 18 by 2 is going to need to be replaced. I can actually see it splitting. This is a 1 by 18 or 1 by 2 that's going to need to be cut down. It looks like the rest of them will be okay. We're just tightening the joints, and then we're re-trap rocking it for these. But I mean, you can kind of see what we've got going on. It's 4 feet wide. Each landing is 18 plus another 12-ish inches. 18-inch treads, and then probably we'll go with 12 inches of stone that will need to be cut. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7-ish feet, linear feet of landing here that will need to be adjusted. All right, these 2 right here, they're fine. They're on here okay. Now we get to the yucky part. And that is this up here. Obviously you can see what's going on. The stone has broken away. I told him that we'll put pieces back on, but I don't know what the base looks like underneath this, and I can't guarantee anything on this. So just know it's 4 feet wide and 1 foot deep, and we're basically putting pieces, and you'll see that he used some smaller stones, so you can use mosaic pieces or whatever in this front area. These 2 pieces need to be replaced. This piece needs to be replaced. These 2 look like they're 18 by 2s cut weird, and these are 1 inch thick. 1 inch thick, and we'll need to bring the acetylene torch to give it a rock face to it, to those things. And it actually, yeah, 1 inch max thick. All right, then over here you can see we've got, now these are some of the remnant pieces, tassos. What he would like is basically a buttress to go along here, and we'll put it on the top. And now I told him that we're going to bid that buttress separately, and I'll give you, so it's 2 feet 10 inches, and let's bid it for 20 inches tall. And we're going to use 4-inch block, and we are going to use Fond du Lac, like what we have, and it's this tan Fond du Lac as the riser, and a bluestone cap on the top. All right, and we'll need to acetylene torch the sides to give it a thermal finish, because everything else on this step has it as well, so we need to make it look like it's supposed to be here. So it's 20 inches tall. We'll call it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 9 inches wide, because we'll use 4-inch block plus whatever the thickness of the veneer is, and then the cap. Now what's hard about this, I told him that I have no idea what this foundation is like. We're going to bid this separate, and he needs to know that if we get down here and this is just, it's ugly, because it's already ugly, that we're not going to be able to do too much with it. So we've also got we'll call it 4-ish feet of, oh my goodness, more stuff than I even thought. So let's call it 5 feet of veneer that's going to bluestone veneer. So it's actually bluestone wallstone, or sorry, bluestone flagstone patterned that's set on its side and veneered to this. You can kind of see what this is doing. We'll have to prep it again. The nice thing is that they do have this little foundation ledge here, so we can put it on here. But man, this is just falling apart. So it's going to go from here over to the side, and just a couple pieces in there. Well, actually, I thought it was going to go all the way across, but it looks like it doesn't need to. So we'll call that 3 by 15-ish inches, 3 by 15 inches of a veneer over on the side over here with bluestone. And that'll need to be the thin bluestone veneer like we have at the yard for over there. And then one more piece of veneer that's fallen off right here needs to get re-adhered. I am aware that this is pulling away. Nothing I can do about that. So when we put these pieces in, tuck point that joint. I told him that the mortar is going to look different. It's going to look white compared to the other stuff he has in here. Yuck.